Go. Shalom Alechem, Malachei Hasharet, Malachei Elyon. Mimelech, Malachei Hamlachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Boachem LeShalom, Malachei Hashalom, Malachei Elyon. Mimelech, Malchei Hamlachim, HaKadosh Baruch. Let's try this. Yai lai 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 lai. Yai lai 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 yai lai lai lai. Yai lai 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 lai. Yai lai 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 lai. Yai lai 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 lai. Baruchuni LeShalom, Malachei Hashalom, Malachei Elyon. Mimelech, Malachei Hamlachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Seitchem LeShalom, Malachei Hashalom, Malachei Elyon. Mimelech, Malachei Hamlachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Everybody, now I need you to go ahead and sing along with me so it'll sound good. Yai, lai, 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 lai. Yai, lai, 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 lai. Yai, lai, 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 lai. Yai, lai, 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 lai. Yai, lai, 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 lai. Yai, lai, 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 lai. Yai, 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 lai, lai, lai. Yai, lai, 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 lai.
Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom.
Hi. Good to see everyone here together on this Shabbat. And if you're joining us for the very first time, maybe a member of the family of our Bat Mitzvah El tomorrow morning, welcome. We're glad you're here. And if you're joining us, and we'll see you hopefully afterwards, so we can wish you a Mazel Tov as well. And if you are joining us online, we are so glad that you're here as well. Please feel free to click on the link below so you can follow along in our Siddur with our Shabbat service, and feel free to wish each other Shabbat Shalom in the comment section, if you would be so kind. We are going to begin with the lighting of Shabbat candles, and it's a pleasure to call El with Elaine and Pam Sleepak, Pearl Pistiner. It's been a while. And Molly Pistiner. All of you, please come on up. Everyone else, please turn to page 120 in your Siddurim. I haven't used that name since the wedding. Tomorrow will be totally fine. The lighter's right there.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam Asher kiddushanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu lehadlik ner shel Shabbat.
Amen.
Amen.
We continue with welcoming the Shabbat Queen, the Shabbat Bride, into our presence on page 138.
Lecha dodi likrat kala b'nei Shabbat nekabela shamor vezachor b'nimur echad ishmiyanu el hameichad Adonai echad shmo echad leshem utiferet ve'litchila lecha dodi. Let's try that together. Lecha dodi likrat kala b'nei Shabbat nekabela. Top of the next page, verse 5. Hitoreri, hitoreri, ki ba'orech u'mi'uri, uri, shir taberi, kevod Adonai alayich nigla lecha dodi. Everybody now, lecha dodi, likrat kala,
B'nei Shabbat. Let's all please stand and face the entrance as we welcome the Shabbat Bride.
Boi v'shalom atzeret bala gam b'simcha u'b'tola toch emunei am segula boi kala lecha dodi. Everybody, lecha dodi likrat kala b'nei Shabbat nekabela. Lecha dodi likrat kala b'nei Shabbat nekabela.
Please be seated, and we'll continue on 144 with Chatzi Kaddish.
יתקדל ויתקדש שמי רבה בעלמא דברך חירותי וימליך מלכותי בחייכון וביומכון ובחיי דכל בית ישראל בגלה בגלה ובזמן קריב ואמרו אמן. יהי שמי רבה מבורך לעולם ולעלמי עלמי יהי יתברך, יתברך וישתבח, ויתפאר ויתרומם וינשא, ויתהדר ויתהלל ויתהלל, שמי דקודשה. בריחו לילה מן כל ברכתה ושירתה, תושבחתה
נחמתה דמירן בעלמא. Amen. Take a moment now to ask for God's blessings, specifically on those who are observing Shiva and Shloshim in the immediate 7 and 30 days of mourning. If you wish to at this time, please stand so that we may ask for God's blessings upon our mourners. Hamakom yinatchem etchem, b'toch sha'ar v'leitun v'Yerushalayim. May God console you among all who are grieving in Zion and Jerusalem. Together we stand now as one congregation with you for the Baruch Hu 146.
Baruch Hu et Adonai HaMevorach. Baruch Adonai HaMevorach, HaMevorach le'olam va'ed. HaMevorach, HaMevorach le'olam va'ed.
I'm thinking now of all of our religious school students and future campers who are up at Camp Stein sitting in the Pearlstein Chapel tonight with Rabbi Mason Barkin and Rachel and Stephanie and Jennifer and 17 other high school madrichim. We have more aides than we do campers, I believe, at this point, which is nice. And I'm thinking about them looking up into that beautiful sky that you can only see from that grove of trees up in Prescott. You can, in fact, see it in other places on Earth, but nothing like it up at camp. So transport yourself as we say the evening prayer, as we talk about or speak about or pray about the evening stars in their array, that happy place for you where you enjoy seeing the evening sky. And we're on 148 as we transport ourselves. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, asher bidvaro ma'ariv aravim, v'chochma poteach she'arim, uvitvuna meshanei tim, v'machaliv et hazmanim, v'mesader et hakochavim, v'mishmeratem barakia kirtzono. Borei yom v'layla, golel or mipnei choshech, v'choshech mipnei or.
ומעביר יום ובין לילה, ומבדיל בין יום ובין לילה, אדוני צבאות שמו.
אל חי
וקיים, תמיד ימלוך עלינו לעולם ועד. ברוך אתה אדוני,
המעריב הרבים. Avat Olam Beit Yisrael, Amcha Ahavta, together. Everlasting love, you offered your people Israel by teaching us Torah and mitzvot, laws and precepts. Therefore, Adonai, our God, when we lie down, when we rise up, we will meditate on your laws and your commandments. We will rejoice in your Torah forever. Day and night we will reflect on them, for they are our life, and doing them lengthens our days. Never remove your love from us. Praise to you, Adonai, who loves your people Israel.
Baruch atah Adonai,
Baruch Shemo.
Ohev Amo Yisrael.
Amen.
Shema Shema Yisrael Adonai Eloheinu Adonai Echad. Shem Kevod Malchuto Leolam Va'ed.
Please be seated.
ואהבת
את אדוני אלוהיך בכל לבבך ובכל נפשך ובכל מאודך, והיו הדברים האלה אשר אנוכי מצווך היום על לבביך, ושיננתם לבניך ודיברת בם בשבתך בביתך ובלכתך בדרך ובשוכבך ובקומך, וקשרתם לאות על ידיך, והיו לטוטפות בין עיניך, וכתבתם על מזוזות ביתך ובשעריך, למען תזכרו ועשיתם את כל מצוותיי, והייתם קדושים לאלוהיכם. אני אדוני אלוהיכם, אשר הוצאתי אתכם מארץ מצרים, להיות לכם אלוהים. אני אדוני אלוהיכם, אדוני אלוהיכם אמת.
How'd you do, Moradonna? Okay? Okay, good. Thank you. Good answer. Her mentor. We're going to continue now with the reading on the top of page 157 before Michamocha. Standing on the parted shores of history, we still believe what we were taught before ever we stood at Sinai's foot, that wherever we go, it is eternally Egypt, that there is a better place, a promised land, that the winding way to that promise passes through the wilderness, that there is no way to get from here to there except by joining hands and marching together. 158.
שנאמר, כי פדה אדוני את יעקב,
וגלוני את חזק ממנו, ברוך אדוני, ברוך וברוך שמו.
גל ישראל.
Amen. Page 160. As we prepare for Hashkivenu, a piyut, a poem, a liturgical poem written by our rabbis who were contemplating both the darkness in the sky above them, but also the idea of symbolic darkness. What it means to be a Jew is to know the darkness and to know what it means to sacrifice, and knows what it means to live in the unbearable. We should not have to learn these lessons over and again throughout our history, but nonetheless, the rabbis remind us, Porei Sukat Shalom Aleinu, that God will protect us beneath the divine wings. I know some of us are very, very angry with God and very frustrated that the one who is omnipresent and omniscient cannot intercede on our behalf. But as we're going to discuss a little bit later, God leaves many, many things up to us. It is our actions and reactions, our behaviors, our values, our morals, our moral compasses that keeps us in the darkest of times tested. Our faith is tested, our courage is tested, our minds are tested, and our hearts are tested. Tonight we're going to look at a very specific part of the Torah where Abraham faces a test that no parent should ever, ever have to contemplate. And so we think of Zechut Avot tonight, the merit of our ancestors. And while this will make hopefully a little bit more sense later, we think of Isaac up on that mountain, about to be sacrificed, looking up at his father and thinking whatever it is that he's thinking. But the end of the story is the most important part. There's a lamb. There's light. From the darkest of all moments in the Bible comes the light on the other side. Why? Because Abraham and Isaac had faith. They believed in that which was impossible, even hard to believe in. So as we sing this prayer tonight, let's think about Isaac and the generations between him and us, and the sacrifice he almost took and his father almost took, and remember that they ultimately passed that test because of their faith in God. Hashkivenu 160, let's pray.
Hashkivenu
Adonai Eloheinu
לשלום, לשלום, והעמידנו שומרנו לחיים, ופרוס עלינו סוכת שלומך, ופרוס עלינו סוכת שלומך.
Amen. 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 Israeli poet Ahad Ha'am wrote, "More than the Jewish people has kept Shabbat, Shabbat has kept the Jewish people. May this Shabbat keep us, and may we keep it along with all Jews throughout the world." Vishamru 162. Let's keep each other in Shabbat.
Yai lai lai, yai lai lai lai, yai lai 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 lai, yai lai lai, yai lai lai, yai lai lai lai, yai lai lai lai. Let's join together. Yai lai lai, yai lai lai lai, yai lai 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 lai, yai lai lai, yai lai lai, yai lai lai lai, yai lai lai lai. ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם. ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם. ביני ובין בני ישראל אותי לעולם. ביני ובין בני ישראל אותי לעולם. ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם. כי ששת ימים עשה אדוני את השמיים ואת הארץ. כי ששת ימים עשה אדוני את השמיים ואת הארץ. ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם. וביום השביעי שבת וידבש, וביום השביעי שבת וידבש. Let's try that nigga. Yai lai lai, yai lai lai lai, yai lai 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 lai, yai lai lai, yai lai lai, yai lai lai lai, yai lai lai lai. ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם. Last time. ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם.
Let's all stand now for the Amidah 164.
Ya la lai lai lai, 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 ya la lai lai lai. Adonai Eloheinu ve'Elohei Avotenu ve'Imotenu Elohei Avraham Elohei Yitzhak ve'Elohei Yaakov Elohei Sarah Elohei Rivka Elohei Rachel ve'Elohei Leah Ha'el Hagadol Hagibor ve'Hanora El Elyon Gomel Chasadim Tovim Vekonei Hakol Vezocher Chasdei Avot Ve'imahot Umevii Geula Livnei V'nechem Leman Shemo Be'ahava Melech Ozer U'Moshiach U'Magen Baruch Atah Adonai Magen Avraham Ve'ezrat Sarah Atah Gibor Le'olam Adonai Mechayei HaKol Atah Rav LeHoshia Mashiv HaRuach U'Morid HaGashem Mechalkel Chaim Bechesed Mechayei HaKol Berachamim Rabim Somech Noflim Verofech Olim Umatir Asurim Umekayem Emunato Lishenei Afach Michamocha Bal Gevurot Umito Melach Melech Memit Umechaye Umatzmiach Yeshua V'nemanat Lehachayot HaKol Baruch Atah Adonai Mechaye HaKol Atah
Kadosh v'shimcha kadosh u'kedoshim b'chol yom Chasela Baruch Atah Adonai HaKadosh. Please be seated and let's join together in Kedushat Hayom, the blessing for this day of Shabbat, on the top of page 173. May these hours of rest and renewal open our hearts to joy and our minds to truth. May all who struggle find rest on this day. May all who suffer find solace. May all who hurt find healing on this day. May all who despair find purpose. May all who hunger find fulfillment on this day. And may this day fulfill its promise. Baruch atah Adonai Mekadesh HaShabbat. Just a little story before a silent prayer. Just a few hours ago, my middle child, Gabs, landed in Doha, India. Right? She's going to a 6-week dance thing. That's what is dad for some dance thing that's for 6 weeks on meditative dance. Now, she's my spiritual child. She's the better part. You know how each kid is a little bit better at something than you are, and maybe multiple things? Well, she's the one who's better at spirituality. Her stop on the way there was in, her flight from Houston was in Doha, which is in Qatar. So I had the talk with her yesterday, or a couple days ago, the talk. Don't tell anyone, you're Jewish. And I'm embarrassed to say I had that talk, but I thought it was a good talk. And she said, yes, and I also won't tell them that my father is an ardent Zionist rabbi. Because she's smart about those things. But like any parent, I didn't sleep last night. I was checking the thing on the app constantly to make sure that she got there safely, and she did. She arrived in Qatar safely, and thank God she arrived in Goa safely, and now she's at her place where she's going to be dancing. And then it hit me. Like I have nothing to worry about. I'm thinking immediately, as I think about that, of the 240 hostages and their parents who don't know if their kids, their grandkids, their parents, their grandparents even got there safely in the first place, don't know if they're okay, don't know if they're sick or if they're healthy. And it reminded me of perspective. perspective during this time means that when we worry about our kids, we should alachat kama b'kama, all the more so worry about their kids and parents and grandparents and those babies who are being held in captivity. So during our prayer tonight, during our silent prayer, I hope we can all continue to worry about our kids as is appropriate, but also keep in mind not just that it could be worse, but that it could be torture for 4 solid weeks thinking about them and wondering about them. So let's all send our prayers, our thoughts, our spirits to them, hoping that they are safe and alive and that they know how much we love them and that we are with them, and we're going to do everything in our power to enable them to be free.
Acheinu kol Beit Israel. Acheinu kol Beit Israel. Hanetunim betsara uvashivya. Haomdim ben bayam uvein bayabasha. Hamakom yerachem aleichem veyotziem et sahara lirvacha umeafel aleora umishibul ligula hashtabagala uvizman kariv hashtabagala uvizman kariv venomar
Amen. Our brothers and sisters, the entire house of Israel, who are found in distress and captivity, who are situated whether at sea or on the land, may the omnipresent one have mercy on them and remove them from distress to relief, from darkness to light, from subjugation to redemption now, speedily, and in a time that comes soon. Let us say, Amen. We turn our thoughts as well to our friends and family in need of our prayers for healing on this Shabbat, hoping and praying that they will receive refuah shlema, a complete recovery, a healing of body, mind, and spirit. As a congregation, we will share the names of our loved ones in just a moment, and then I will call upon those of you who are here, if you'd like to say the name of a loved one out loud, to do so at that time. For now, let's all turn in our Siddurim to Misha Berach, which can be found in our Siddurim on page, Cantor,
and 71.
371, thank you. Sheberach avotenu
Mekor habracha
imotenu. May the source of strength who bless the ones before us help us find the courage to make our lives a blessing, and let us say Amen. As a congregation on this Shabbat, we are praying for Bracha bat Baruch, Miriam bat Yaakov V'chaya, Larry Fink, Ezra Gida, Mickey Goldstein, Dr. Karen Harris, Arlene Camerata, Bernice Klein, Jeffrey Klein, Rachel Margolis, Pam Meyer, James Nahhouse, Rebecca Pollock, Marcia Roberts, Carol Rosen, Don and Sally Rosenblum, Jake Seliger, Leslie Seligman, Arlene Shapiro, Adrian Swessy, Dave Wattell, and any names that you would like to share out loud at this time. We take them into our hearts with our congregation, with those who are in our hearts and those who have mentioned their names online as we continue with Misha Berach. Misha Berach imotenu mekor habracha with refuah shlema, the renewal of body, the renewal of spirit, and let us say Amen. Let's join together in the prayer for our country on 376. On the bottom part of the page. O guardian of life and liberty, may our nation always merit your protection. Teach us to give thanks for what we have by sharing it with those who are in need. Keep our eyes open to the wonders of creation and alert to the care of the earth. May we never be lazy in the work of peace. May we honor those who have died in defense of our ideals. Grant our leaders wisdom and forbearance. May they govern with justice and compassion. Help us all to appreciate one another and to respect the many ways that we may serve you. May our homes be safe from affliction and strife, and our country be sound in body and spirit. Amen.
Page 377, we're going to give some extra prayers and thoughts to Medinat Israel this evening.
Medinat Israel, Reishit Smichat Geulateinu, Hakein Alecha Be'avrat Chastecha, Ufros Alecha Sukat Shlomecha. join together. Avinu, Avinu, Sheba Shamayim, Sur Yisrael ve'Koalo, Ushelach Orcha v'amitecha lerasheha sareha ve'yoatzecha v'tachneim beitzaha tovaha milfanecha v'natata shalom ba'aretz v'simchat olam leyoshvecha. Avinu, Avinu, Sheba Shamayim, Sur Yisrael ve'Koalo. Avinu, Avinu, Sheba Shamayim, Sur Yisrael ve'Koalo. Sur Yisrael ve'Koalo.
Heavenly One, protector and redeemer of Israel, bless the state of Israel, which marks the dawning of hope for all who seek peace. Shield it beneath the wings of your love. Spread over it the canopy of your peace. Send your light and truth to all who lead and advise, guiding them with your good counsel. Establish peace in the land and fullness of joy for all who dwell there. Amen.
Amen.
All week I wrestled with what I would share tonight. Every rabbi in the country, and I know this because I watch YouTube, has been talking about Israel for now 3 weeks. Tonight, actually tomorrow, will mark the end of Shloshim, the 30 days of mourning following October 7th. 4 weeks can feel like a very, very long time. And so, with love and in memory of the 1,400 of our people who were killed on October 7th, in honor of the over 300 IDF soldiers who have been killed in battle, and with love for the 240 hostages, tonight we share words of Torah and we dedicate these words of Torah to all of their memory and strength. The Israel message has been eerily part of every single Torah portion these last 4 weeks in ways I would argue, for those who do not believe in God, for those who do not believe in divine intervention, for those who do not understand within themselves, non-judgmental of course, that things line up in ways that are beyond our recognition. These Torah portions, each and every one, from the day of the massacre itself through this Shabbat, all have Torah within the cycle of the Torah reading with something to say very specific about these events. On October 7th, we began with Breshit. The world, we are taught, started from tohu vavohu, from utter and complete chaos and darkness. The next week, Noach. The world had become Hamas. The world had become violent, had become corrupt, and God needed and wanted to start again. And then Lech Lecha. Abraham is told to get up and go from Ur of the Chaldeans to a land that God would show him. into a place that we now call Israel, that they called Canaan. And in that very Torah portion is the story of Abraham's rescue of Lot and his family who were held hostage by one of the kings of the Edomites. These are non-coincidences, because now we're about to go 4 for 4. Most rabbis will look at the story of Sodom and Gomorrah and explain to their congregations tonight how it is that Abraham argued on behalf of the people of Sodom and Gomorrah, 2 places that had become so corrupt, so ludicrously corrupt, where judges ruled in favor not of the victims, but of their assailants, not of the poor, but of the rich, where the world had turned completely upside down and the angels go to destroy it. But first, Abraham, in his righteousness, teaches the world, and I pray will teach us, that we should always be mindful of innocent victims, and that whether we count them or not, our hearts as Jews and the merit of Abraham inform us that we can and we should mourn and be concerned for the innocent victims, even if they live amongst the wicked. Abraham argues with God from 50, if there are 50 righteous, if there are 40, and so on and so forth. But God teaches Abraham and teaches us that sometimes evil is just plain evil. And when it comes, it needs to be wiped out. And you can be worried about and concerned about and even mourn for the innocent. But when there is so much overwhelming evil, it must be destroyed. After that story, the part I want to focus on, we hear the following. Abraham wakes up early one morning and hears a voice from God saying, "Take your son, your only son, Isaac, the one you love, to a place that I will show you, and at that place sacrifice him. Use him as a sacrifice." And so Abraham walks with his son Isaac. He brings with him wood and a knife. He says to his servants as they approach the place that God shows him, "Wait here with the donkeys. The boy, Isaac, and I are going to go up to Mount Moriah," where now we find the Golden Dome. And then we hear these words. Sort of a strange request, by the way. "Vayikach Avraham et atzei ha'olah, vayashem et Yitzchak al Yitzchak beno, vayikach biyado et ha'esh ve'et ha'machelet, vayilchu shnehem yachdav." Abraham took the wood for the burnt offering, to be Isaac, and put it on his son, Isaac. Isaac actually carries the wood for the burnt offering himself. He himself took the firestone and the knife, and the 2 of them walked off together. How crazy is that Abraham knows that he's about to sacrifice his son, and yet makes his son carry the very items that will be used to sacrifice him. "Vayomer Yitzchak el Avraham aviv, Vayomer avi, Vayomer hineni, beni, Vayomer hine ha'esh vayitzim, vayeh v'atzeh le'olah." Isaac, curiously, as he's walking with his father, says, "Dad?" And Abraham says, "Yes, my son." And Isaac says, "Well, here's the firestone and the wood, but where is the sheep that's going to be used for the burnt offering? Like, I see all these items, Dad. We've been walking for 3 days. I don't see the sheep." "Vayomer Avraham Elohim yir'elo, haseh le'olah, b'ni vayilchu shnehem yachdav." So Abraham says, "It is Elohim, it is God, my son, who will then see the sheep for this burnt offering and point it out to us." And the 2 of them, again, walked together. This is very contemplative for the rabbis of our tradition. They, like us, want to know, who is this God that makes a father take his son to be sacrificed? Who is this son who walks with the wood and the flintstone and the knife on his back to be sacrificed? Who are these 2, and why would they merit zechut, our love and admiration? What people would want to follow such crazy people? Such fanatic people like Abraham, who just goes along with the program only to say, God will show us where the sheep is. There's one commentator, Radak, who says on these verses the following. He says, Abraham's reply to his son has two interpretations, two ways of understanding. One interpretation is that the word beni, my son, is a response to actually Isaac's crying. The question, Dad, crying, where's the lamb? Thinking to himself, it's not me, is it? He says, look, I'm here for you, my son. I'm right here. God's going to take care of it. Don't worry. God already knows that it's going to be a lamb for the offering. Remember, that's where we get the shofar. I added that. God's going to put it at our disposal. But the second interpretation of Abraham's answer would arrange the word differently with the word beni, my son. The second interpretation is that God will select the lamb for the offering. Who is the lamb? It is you, beni, my son. This means that Yitzchak, Isaac, the one whose name means laughter, gets the joke, and he's the punchline. Yitzchak, therefore, according to this interpretation, understood that he had been chosen to be the offering. This is why the Torah continues that they walked together. Otherwise, what would have Isaac done? U-turned and ran away as fast as he could. But it's Isaac's faith, Zechut Yitzchak. The merit of Isaac is what saves him from the outcome because he's the one who chose to be sacrificed. Isaac then becomes a motif. The person who will be the progenitor of Jesus, we know that they also have a person who dies as a sacrifice, and of Islam as well. The difference is, we came first. Radak then says the following, that Isaac's hands were bound and his feet were bound so that he should not involuntarily move. He had already agreed to be sacrificed, but Abraham has to pin him down so that he doesn't move when he gets stricken with the knife. This was in spite of the fact that Yitzhak was perfectly willing to be sacrificed. He was afraid that at the last moment, Isaac would say, not so much. And this is why he asks, according to Breshit Rabbah, a midrash, that his father bind him. Thus, the story that we call the binding of Isaac. Not necessarily in the text, but in the midrash. The Jewish people, forever and ever and ever since we can know, have asked that same question. Here is the fire and the wood and the knife, but where is the lamb? Where is the young lamb to be sacrificed? Are we the lamb? Are we the ones to be sacrificed? Willingly or not, knowingly or not, we never seem to learn from the story. It isn't God that wants us to be sacrificed. It certainly isn't ourselves that want to be sacrificed. It is the others who want us dead. So willingly or not, voluntarily or not, we do not, in this story of Isaac or even today, want to be the ones to be sacrificed. The question then is, who should be? Or haven't we given enough? Haven't we shed enough blood? Haven't we had enough sheeps led to the slaughter? Why, oh God, is it us every time? The author, Dara Horn, who spoke here last year, wrote a beautiful piece. Remember, she wrote the book, Why People Love Dead Jews, or something like that. Says that her expertise actually is not in dead Jews, but in Yiddish literature. She has read almost every piece of literature, she says, that was written in Yiddish, specifically during the pogroms. And so to conclude our words tonight as we think about, and I'm not answering the question but leaving it out there, who is the sacrifice and why us every time? There was a Yiddish poem that she mentioned that was written in 1936, or published in 1936 in Vienna. And these words, I'm not going to say in Yiddish, I do not speak Yiddish, was called Asya Weissman, or called but the lamb is not here. And there's the wood, or here's the wood, and here's the altar, and the knife too, that has been prepared. Ready for the sacrifice, we're both waiting, but the lamb is still not here. And here's the sun, a breast for suckling, and here's the day, still young and blue, and no one wants to lay himself down, and the lamb is still not here. None of us wants to go home, and no one wants to stay here, and none of us can be ready, and the lamb is still not here. And here's the wood, and here's the altar, and the knife too, has been prepared, ready for the sacrifice. We're both waiting, but the lamb is not here. Here's the rope and the basket for the bones, and here's the sack for the hooves, and here's the fire laid out on the stones, and the lamb is still not here. And here the day will soon vanish, and here's the night, a black crow, and we will also vanish, and the lamb is still not here. And none of us want to go home. No one wants to stay here, and none of us can be ready, and the lamb is still not here. Here's the wood, here's the altar, and the knife too has been prepared, ready for the sacrifice. We're all waiting, but the lamb is still not here. Here's the sun, a breast for suckling, and here's the day, still young and blue. No one wants to lay himself down, and the lamb is still not here. Our brothers and sisters in Israel will not be the lamb. The captives held in the tunnels of Gaza or wherever they may be are probably thinking these very words tonight. They're not waiting for a lamb, they're waiting to be saved. The story of the Jew is the story of waiting for the lamb, waiting for the sacrifice, waiting for the day that we can say to God, we've given enough, we've sacrificed enough, we've lost enough. The world may want us dead, and the lamb is not here, but for the new Jew to say, we, O God, we will no longer be the lamb. We will no longer be the sacrifice. We will no longer give up our lives, our children's lives, our babies' lives, without a fight. The lamb is still not here, but Am Yisrael Chai, the people of Israel, will live regardless. Shabbat Shalom. I just wanted to add one little thing, which is that poem was actually set to music by Chava Alberstein, who is an Israeli singer-songwriter, and Cantor has promised me that he's going to learn it. It's in Yiddish. So we will have that prepared, I don't know, by the High Holy Days maybe, if not before. The song is much more beautiful than my reading rendition of the poem, that is for sure. It's great to welcome Wendy Carrier to the Bima. She's got some announcements of some upcoming programs, and we are eagerly waiting the brisket hoedown showdown in a moment. I think you go first.
That was lovely. Do you have your little? Yes. And I'll hand it over to Helene when we get to the. Can you hear me? Okay. First, thank you for being here. It's nice to see everybody, and the house is full. It's lovely. Mazel tov to the Slipak family on the bat mitzvah of El, and to the Avrami family on the bat mitzvah of Vivian tomorrow morning. And additionally, thank you to the Sleepak family for sponsoring a special oneg tonight in the rotunda after services. Our CBI table cookbook is complete. Make your way into the ballroom for the Bite and Buy event after services. Taste a sample of the delicious recipes and purchase your cookbook. Enjoy the Sunshine Singers concert on November 16th at 6:15 in the sanctuary. We are still working to clear the stacks at our library. Visit the library for a few minutes or spend some time exploring for treasures. Sign up to deliver meals during CBI's annual Thanksgiving morning tradition. We need at least 60 drivers. Information and registration are available in the weekly e-newsletter. Save the date for the annual Phoenix Sings on December 9th at CBI. The Great CBI Scavenger Hunt is on Sunday, February 25th. This is our biggest fundraiser of the year supporting Camp Stein. Registration is now available for team captains. And then, do you want to come and do your... I would say if you're new, come meet us in the rotunda. We'd love to welcome you and say hello. And if you have not gotten your CBI dashboard placard to help with security, please pick one up in the rotunda. And Shabbat Shalom, and I'll let Helene tell you about the throwdown.
Well, we're back. That's okay. That's all good. All right, hold on. Got it? All right. You ready, Lisa?
I'm ready.
Okay. Well, guess what? How many days? 15 days to the...
The brisket throwdown.
Oh my gosh. Do you have a date?
No,
Do you know what a date is?
it's been a while.
Me too. But we all know that you want to, we'll probably have a date. So I got my chef hat on tonight too, but I'm not cooking. So we wanted to just go over the menu with you, all right? So here we go. We are going to have, besides the wonderful brisket that our 10 brisketeers are making, we're having barbecue sliders, tossed field greens, grilled vegetables, mini latkes, traditional spinach, and sweet potato, non-dairy sour cream, and applesauce, vegetarian chili, water, lemonade, iced tea, and then we are going to have special desserts. So what do you think, Lisa? What else are we going to do?
Sounds like a great night.
Yeah, it is.
So do y'all remember like the old-fashioned date night where it was dinner and dancing? So this is it. So good thing is you don't necessarily have to have a date. So you come and dance, have fun with your girlfriends, your friends, more importantly, your community. We have a link to register. We're not putting it out there on social media, so to speak, but we're happy to share it with you individually. So come see us after services. We're happy to share that link so that you can invite your friends to come and join us too.
And we are, as of an hour ago, up to 70 congregants. So we would like over 100. So tell your friends, come on, we can do it. It's going to be a fun night.
Good job.
Thank you.
Can I just sit here for the rest?
See?
See?
It's a prop.
I just want to say one thing. So while you are clearing the stacks, if you see a book that really means something to you, I want you to check the inside cover. We had a book, Elie Wiesel's Twilight, that was in our library, and I was at Sunshine Singers this past Thursday, and one of the Sunshine Singers came up. She said, "Cantor, I found this book. I can't keep it." And I said, "Why?" And she opened up the inside cover, and there was Elie Wiesel's signature. So it's now safe in my office, and it'll be definitely included in our museum. But you never know what kind of books those are here. So if you find one of those, I hope you will go ahead and let us keep that one.
That's a good one.
Otherwise, feel free. It was really
That's
amazing.
a good story.
Yeah.
I went through my parents' library, and I found a book signed by Abba Eban.
Oh, wow.
It was written by Mel Brooks, but it was written by... No, it's an Abba Eban original autograph. I'm like, Mom, Dad, cool. But that happens.
Yeah.
I'm just like worried that one is going to be signed like by Rambam or Maimonides, or if it says Moshe Rabbeinu, please let us know. That may be of some value.
Exactly.
And knowing our shul, one will be signed by Abraham Lincoln
Why not?
Crone.
Yeah, there you go.
Yes, he was a rabbi here. That was an inside joke. I think I was the only one who got it. Okay. What should we, let's finish up. Aleinu, page 586. Let's all please stand for Aleinu. Aleinu l'shabeach Adon HaKol.
לתת גדולה ליוצר בראשית, שלא עשנו כגויי הארצות, ולא שמנו כמשפחות האדמה, שלא שם חלקנו כהם, וכוחלנו ככל המונם, ואנחנו קוראים ומשתחווים ומודים לפני מלך מלכי המלכים הקדוש ברוך הוא. ונאמר והיה אדוני למלך על כל הארץ
ביום ההוא יהיה אדוני אחד.
ושמו אחד.
On this Shabbat, we share our deepest sympathies as we note the passing of Michael Schwartz, husband of Lori Schwartz, father of Samara Hurley, grandfather of Gavin and Ava Hurley, who has died in these last 7 days, whose family is observing Shiva, the immediate 7 days of mourning. We also remember with love and affection the 23 members of the Israel's Defense Forces who died this last week. And we remember those of our congregational family whose yahrzeits occurred this week. Gary Abrahams, Israel Abramowitz, Herbert Arstein, Sylvia Bandler, Irving Bloom, Mayor Boykins, Gary Brinker, Frida Breyer, Zoe Drew, Benjamin Eagle, George Icegrew, Floyd Fan, Milton Fink, Israel Frank, Betty Gimbel, Marilyn Glavinsky, Mary Horwich, Mary Katz, Grace Kogan, Evelyn Landau, Donald Lane, Alma Lerner, Howard Levy, Kaufman Mendel, Anna Menacker, Gertrude Neuberger, Deborah Plotkin, Theodore Posel, Samuel Raitson, Rita Rose, Frederick Rosenfeld, Sheldon Roth, Harry Shane, Thelma Schoenberg, Elaine Siegel, Samuel Seidelman, Rose Smith, Frida Sobel, Simon Stern, Sarah Switzer, Millie Tauman, Maurice Weinstein. If anyone would like to say out loud the name of a loved one who you want to take into our hearts with you, or if I mispronounced a name by mistake, please feel free to repeat it. Anyone online, please, if you wish, type in the name of a loved one you would like us to remember this evening.
Rabbi, I say Kaddish tonight for Private Arthur Siegel of the 37th Infantry Division, who fought in Verdun and who died on November 4th, 1918, and is buried in the Flanders Field American Cemetery in Belgium.
Thank you. As always, remember the 6 million who perished in the Shoah, including 1.5 million children who have no one to say Kaddish for them, the soldiers and civilians of the State of Israel who have given their lives for our Jewish homeland are especially in our heart. It's together we say the word Zecher Tzadik Livracha, may the memory of all the righteous be for a blessing now and forever. Mourners Kaddish 598. Yitkadal v'yitkadash shemei rabbah, be'alma divrach hirutei v'yamlich malchutei, v'chayechon v'romechon v'chayei d'chol beit Yisrael, ba'agala v'zman kariv v'imru amen. Yehi shemei rabbah mevorach le'alam u'le'amei amaya. Yiparach v'yishtabach v'yipa'ar v'yitramam v'yitnaseh, V'yita dar, v'yita lev, v'yita lal, shmei dekutsha, brichu. Leila min kol birchata v'shirata, tushbechata v'nechemata, da'amiran be'alma v'imru, amen. Yehei shalama, rabba min shemaya, v'chaim aleinu, v'al kol Yisrael, v'imru, amen. V'seh shalom b'mamav, hu ya'aseh shalom aleinu, v'al kol Yisrael, v'imru, amen.
Amen.
May the source of peace send peace to all who mourn, and comfort to those who are grieving. As together we say, amen.
We now join together.
We'll invite all the
pray
kids. I'm
for
sorry.
peace.
Go ahead. As Cantor is singing, we will invite all the kids under the age of bar bat mitzvah and El to come up to the bima to lead us in Kiddush and Hamotzi.
If you feel comfortable, put your arm around your neighbor as we ask God to bestow peace upon us and all those in His unity. Oh, say Shalom b'mromav,
Hu yaseh shalom. Here, El, you get this one.
aleinu
Take a step up here. Oops, that's okay. No problem. El, come on up here. Imeru, amen. Oseh shalom bim. He's going to do it with you, okay?
Ya'aseh shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael ve'imeru amen. Oseh shalom
Bimromav,
Ya'aseh
shalom
aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael
ve'imeru.
amen. Ya'aseh shalom b'mromav, Ya'aseh shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael ve'imeru amen. Amen. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam borei peri hakafei. L'chaim. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam hamotzi lechem min haaretz. Amen. B'te'avon Shabbat Shalom. We look forward to seeing you at our Bite and Buy after our service in the ballroom. Shabbat Shalom. Shabbat Shalom. Shabbat Shalom.
Nice crowd.
Shabbat Shalom.
She wouldn't be